Hey, Hardin County, it's Michelle Labus here, and I'm going to report on the February 6th commissioner meeting. I didn't get there right on time. I had other things I needed to do in the morning. I did get there, I think it said like 9:38, so they started at 9, and they went through and approved some things, and then Holli with the Chamber of Business and Alliance came in at 9:30, so I got there supposedly right, 8 minutes late. But you never know. Sometimes they start early instead of following the schedule. So she could have been there for a longer period of time. I'm not real sure. Jerry Cramer was there, and so I missed him and any comments that he had made. They went into executive session, and so we all ended up going out into the hallway, but he was explaining that they approved $3,000 for 4 soldiers. You know, the soldier, so there's 2 soldier, let's see, 4, maybe there's 4 that the city of Kenton had purchased that the courthouse was kind of storing for them for Christmas. And they really liked them. And of course, they're the cities, and so the courthouse has decided to buy their own. And then $6,000 for new LED Christmas lights, which I thought we already had Christmas lights, so I'm not sure. They were working this year, so I'm not sure why they're buying new ones. So he was asking about why we're spending this frivolous stuff on the courthouse and all the improvements when it doesn't really benefit the people of Hardin County. He asked about Hardin Hills and all the money that they're spending, because they're spending, I don't know if it's at $50,000 a month now. It may be a little bit lower, but they've got at least 4 people working out there full time, and it's completely empty. Like the whole thing's, been gutted. So, what are they doing out there? And I don't know of any responses that the commissioners gave. I will note, because I will be going over the public comment policy, that he was not required to sign in. He just walked in after their 9 o'clock pending items and asked if he could speak. And lo and behold, he was allowed to speak because they had time. So, irregardless of the fact that they have actually made a public policy, comment policy, they're already not following it from the very first person that has come in to have a comment. So, I will make a video of that so you can see what their new policy is, although they don't hold to it. So, anyways, he just had some questions about the way the county is spending their money. So here's the deal. So he got there. They approved those 2 things that I know about. Jerry Cramer spoke, and then at some point Holli came in, and then I came in right after that. The Kenton Times was sitting there, and they were discussing, and as soon as I walk in, you can see it in the video, as soon as I walk in and set up my camera, they went directly into executive session for economic development. So we all went out in the hallway and waited. They came, most usually they come out and tell us that that they are done and to come back in, and it didn't happen that way. And so we realized that the executive session was over, and we walked in, and Holli was talking very quickly, and I'm trying to get my camera set up, and she's talking very quickly, and by the time I get my camera set up, she is already leaving and out the door. Now, what she said before the video turned on is that they are really focused on the courthouse being so she had talked last month about using our local assets for the benefit of our community to bring in tourism or, whatever type things for the downtown. They want to use the courthouse. And so they are doing a real big push for this. They want Deb Madison trained so that she can do by appointment tours of the courthouse, and she, is doing this real fast so she can kind of get out the door. So it all kind of makes sense. Like, I don't know if this is a new thing that they've been kind of working towards this, or if this is a kind of a sudden revelation that they can do tours. Our courthouse is beautiful. It's got a certain architectural structure to it and the stained glass windows. And but it's sort of, is this why they've done all the improvements, right? The drywall in the basement, the new floors, the new doors. The commissioner's office has gotten a big revamp with the new, their base cabinet came in the other day or this past week, and they're just really sprucing things up because they had always planned on doing courthouse tours to bring in tourism. So I don't know. They don't ever talk about it until February 6th. So we're going to find out how Deb likes doing tours of the courthouse. So anyway, so that was all for the Business Chamber and Alliance. Pleasant Township trustees came in. That's a big hoodoo. I mean, lots of fanfare and shaking of hands, and everybody's having a really good time. Pretty much, they came in to present their over 50 solar restriction or green energy restrictions for Pleasant Township. I mean, these guys, they're pretty familiar with the process, and Fred really kind of over-explained himself during the meeting, and just kind of, it's pretty basic things that he was going over, which I think everybody was aware of. But if you're not aware and you are wondering about township versus the city incorporated and the restrictions, watch the video. He explains it in detail. And so they were there. So they took off. The Kenton Hardin Health Department came in with an update, of course, to keep the commissioners on board with what they're doing in their board meetings. They are, so they don't have a DON. They're talking about, are they going to hire one? Are they going to contract one? They're trying to find money in grants so that they're not paying salaries out of grant money. So they're trying to they've got a lot of things up in the air that the board has to decide. It's not the workers. So Dion came in, and it's not really her decision. It's the board's decision. And so they're working through this process. And they've gone from $176,000. They have $197,000 basically because they don't have any staff. And so they're saving money that way. And it was kind of curious because Fred's like, oh, you're going to get a DON, or you're going to hire these people because we gave you money to hire people. And Dion was, kind of quiet about it because it's like they're not, I think they understand that, this money's got to go as far as it possibly can. And if you can't create a workable model to sustain somebody's salary, that people don't want to come and work for a place that can't pay them, but the next 3 months, right? And so it's not just, you can't just hire anybody to do the job, and they want to have job security if they're going to be putting in a lot of work for this. So they're kind of working through that. They're working on the 25-26 budget. What they are looking at is a health commissioner. They have a guy out of Williams County, and they're going to try and get a $6,000 workforce grant to hire him for like 10 hours a week. And he's been in a situation, and he's helped other health departments that have been in, our health department's really in bankruptcy, that they can't supply, they can't fund their own department. And so he's been in a situation like that and has helped another department get out of that. And so they're hoping that they'll be able to get him in to kind of do the same thing and to show them how to bring in the revenue and get back onto a level plane. And so again, it didn't sound like Fred went to their board meeting. I'm hoping to go. I think they have the next board meeting is on the 25th. So I'm hoping to go so that I can hear a little bit more behind the scenes of what the decisions are going down. Now, this Thursday, the 13th, we have the all township trustees meeting. It's their annual meeting. And so the health department's going to be coming and basically be asking the townships to vote on an increase, right? So townships pay into the health department and at a certain level, and they're going to ask for more. I don't know how much more, but if it doesn't pass, then nothing changes for the health department. And so the commissioners, when they gave them the $150,000, it's under the idea that they were going to pay their staff, right, to get to this township meeting time frame to get more money in so that they can get more revenue and get them all grant. Well, all the staff left. No, people are not going to be putting in blood, sweat, and tears for a health department that's on the verge of bankruptcy. And so they rightly went and got other jobs. So a lot is hinging on this meeting and the townships, and if they're willing to increase their payment to the health department. So very contentious. We'll be there seeing what we can see, and then I will probably be recording because it's a pretty big deal to go through this. But anyway, so that was, so the next thing, so the health department, they left. Hale Township trustees came in and also presented. They had just, when was that? They had just that week, I think, signed both their under 50 zoning amendments to go in for solar and wind energy. And so they signed that, and then they also signed the resolution to go to the commissioners for the over 50 in that same meeting. And so they're presenting the over 50. So Pleasant and Hale will be on the next round of solar maps and resolution hearings. So anyways, keep an eye out for that. And I think that was it for the day. All right, Hardin County, we'll talk to you later. Bye.